inequality. It hasn't been factored for us, so we want to get all terms on the same side, just like if we were solving an equation first, comparing it to the number 0 so we can just think about positive values and negative values. When we factor this, x would be the greatest factor, the greatest common factor. And having these two factors, when we set them equal to 0, we would find that the x-intercepts, or the places where the graph crosses the x-axis, would be when x equals 0 and when 2x minus 3 equals 0, which if you solve that, you would get 3 over 2. Now, we do want the places that are equal to 0 included in the solution, so I'm going to fill those points in. And now I want to look at what's happening on either side. So when I plug in a negative number to the left of 0, when I think about doing x times 2x minus 3 with that negative number, that would be a negative times a negative, which would make a positive. In between 0 and 3 over 2, like 1, would be a positive times a negative, which would make a negative. And something more than 3 over 2, like 2, would end up being a positive times a positive, which would make a positive. Okay? And again, look at what we're looking for. We want the calculation, when you plug in an x, we want this calculation to be greater than 0. In other words, we want it to be positive, and that is happening here and here. So the way that we state that mathematically is that x can be less than or equal to 0, or x can be greater than or equal to 3 over 2. It has these two different regions of x values that give us that result.